Welcome to episode number 2 of season 2 of What If Harry Potter Was in Star Wars. A big thank you for your support on episode 1 of this series. If you haven't seen part 1 or series 1, the links will be in the description below. The Jedi Council immediately rush over to check on the spectacled wizard. Despite Harry repeatedly saying that he was fine, he was dragged into the Jedi Halls of Healing. Being scanned by Jedi healer Rick Nima, Harry is given a clean bill of health. Master Windu, however, is not impressed. Searching Harry's mind with the Force, Master Windu finds something odd, buried deep inside Harry's soul. Attempting to pull it out, Harry screams in pain, his eyes becoming possessed with hate. Windu releases Harry, as Harry slumps back onto the bed. Jedi healers immediately surround Harry's bedside and ask the Jedi Masters to leave. Anakin immediately starts berating Windu, telling him he should have noticed that Harry was in considerable pain. Windu turned away in disgust. As Harry rests, Anakin heads back to the Jedi hangar, searching for any news on the development of the new fuel. Anakin finds that the refinement of the new fuel is already underway, with funds pouring in from all areas of the galaxy, having seen the work the Jedi had already done. With this good news, Anakin heads back to the council chamber, where there is a hushed silence. Anakin steps forward, declaring news of the new fuel, but there is no response. Yoda finally speaks up, quietly muttering that Harry must die. Moving into a state of deep meditation, the room rumbles slightly, as the voice of Qui-Gon could be heard once more, yelling his annoyance at the Jedi Council for their narrow-minded thinking. Had the Council not learnt anything from the Clone Wars? Things could always be seen from a certain point of view. Yes, Harry had to die, but only the part not belonging to him. Anakin, who was out of his meditative state, remembers briefly hearing about Horcruxes from Harry before the fall of Sidious, but he had never heard of them being associated to living beings. Could Harry be one such example? Leaving the council to continue to be told off by their former friend, Anakin headed back to the Halls of Healing. With the other healers preoccupied by other patients, Anakin manages to sneak in undetected, and sees Harry awake, looking visibly cross. He had not approved of Master Windu's sudden invasion into his soul. Anakin calms Harry down with hushed whispers, and gradually asks him more about these mysterious objects known as Horcruxes. Confirming that Horcruxes require the container to be damaged beyond repair, Anakin finally broke the news that the Council no doubt didn't want Harry to know. Harry slumps back onto his bed in thought. Did Voldemort have to kill him? Or could the Jedi kill him themselves? In no book Hermione had summoned from Dumbledore's office had it mentioned that the maker of the Horcrux had to kill the living Horcrux. After all, Harry could not even imagine the pain his friends would suffer seeing Voldemort supposedly killing him. But it could prove to be a useful trick. Shaking these doubts from his mind, he looked at Anakin straight in his eyes, asking the Jedi to help kill the fragment of his soul belonging to Voldemort. Anakin hurries back to the council chamber and tells them what must be done. It was the least they could do for Harry. The entire Jedi Council looked somberly towards the floor. Although Harry would not actually perish, it felt as if they were losing a presence. The council moved to relieve Harry of his pain, despite protests from the Jedi Circle of Healers. Now sitting in the middle of the floor of the council chamber, Harry knew what the snitch contained. It was Dumbledore's way of softening the blow of Harry's death, but Harry knew he wouldn't be dying, even if he had accepted his fate. Moving the snitch softly to his lips, Harry closed his eyes, as the stone hovered above the snitch, and Harry could hear the voices of his family and friends. They tell him not about death, but that there would always be a choice. Putting Harry into stasis, the whole council focuses upon Harry's life force. Harry collapses to the floor. Between a state of life and death, Harry dresses himself with clothes, and sees the towering figure of Professor Dumbledore. Everything seemed just so simple. Looking into the distance, he sees the afterlife, but knows the pain he had already suffered would have been for nothing. Harry gets straight to the point, and attempts to ask Dumbledore how he was going to find the location of the remaining Horcruxes, now without the help of Voldemort's connection. But Dumbledore merely hummed, and walked away. Harry knew what Dumbledore was implying. Everything he needed was already there. Waking back up, Harry saw the eyes of the entire Jedi Council bearing into him with curiosity. Harry gets to his feet, feeling a great weight off of his shoulders. It was no wonder the locket had affected him more than Hermione. He had been carrying the weight of 2 Horcruxes. Equipping his wand in his hand, Harry felt a surge of power, unleashed by the absence of the Horcrux. Harry wordlessly levitated all of the Council's chairs, before dropping them down again. With his new powers, Harry would make Voldemort pay for what Harry had lost. That is it for episode number 2 of Season 2 of What If Harry Potter Was in Star Wars. I know a lot of you may say it will be impossible for the Jedi to extract Harry's Horcrux, but I've interpreted the combined power of the Jedi Council to be equivalent to the Killing Curse. Please like this video, and if you're new to this channel, subscribe for more tips. And as always, leave a comment on what if you'd like to see next. Thank you very much for watching, and see you next time.